One of these days, I'll remember that. Alright. We are live. What's up, everybody? Be quiet, me. Okay. Oops. Cool. Bot is working. We're going to go, probably go in reverse order tonight. I think I'm going to play survival and missions first. Alright. Nope. Let's get this one out of the way. This at least completes the boss line of missions. What'd you get in here? Werewolf? I'm guessing it's werewolves. I'll probably jump into Talon Survival after this, try and get a good Talons run. And then that's what, 2 of the format B? No, 3. No, yeah, 3 of the format B's done. Yeah, Dragon. Yeah, 3. All right then. I'm assuming the Talons loot works on in mission mode. I never actually tried. I guess it does. What's up, Lino? Whoa. I swear sometimes you cannot dodge that. Like his charge. So the boss is worth, what, 400,000? With a 5 times multiplier? I don't know why mission mode is so slow to load, though. Seems like it's getting progressively worse. It's very weird. Like, look at this. This is crazy. Funnily enough, this is the exact reason I just stopped playing this back on the 360. Was just obnoxiously long load times. Crazy. Yeah, that stomp is total. Okay, let's time this. Time from pressing A till I'm in the mission. That was 3:20. I'm just selecting the first costume. Time until I have control of Ryu. Oh yeah, I get what you mean, but even so, that stomp is bullshit. Okay, 20 seconds. $30 seconds. Okay, released in the mission now. Oh, that's the grab one, isn't it? I want to say I think another weapon loops him, but I can't remember what it is. You see, that's a perfect example there of why the cinematic camera just really kind of sucks. Like, if I could have just kept that neutral the way I wanted. Wow, he really loves that attack in mission mode, doesn't he? If I could have just kept the camera angle I wanted, I wouldn't have had to like spin it around to find that werewolf. I could have just forward wide him. Yeah, he really likes that. Can you just like dual swords through that? Actually, I just thought because that's totally invulnerable, isn't it? Yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Does Windblades one-shot these werewolves? I can't remember what else. Oh, there's something else that loops it. How many's that? Like 4 in a row? Like, is that carry? Do you actually get credit for those kills? I wasn't actually paying attention though. I do think the bosses go up. Do the bosses go up in points? I think they do. But even so, even though the bosses go up in points, I don't think it's worth... Like, if you're going to go for karma, like, you're still best off just playing on warrior and trying to get your multiplier up. Because even on warrior, they're worth, what was that, 100,000? So if you kill a boss with a 5 times multiplier, it's 500,000 points. I'll have to keep an eye out what they're worth on Master Ninja. What's up, Mason? I'm going to get this mission out of the way, and then we'll try Talon's survival, and then I'll go back to warrior and get some of those tests of Valors done. Okay, what's he going to open with? Wow, that only got get rid of you, shall we? If you could, like, stop countering every time, that'd be great. Definitely, the werewolves definitely seem to leave you alone. Okay, so I'm at 2,400. Yeah, they're worth 100. Yeah, so you do get credit. You do get credit for that. So he's worth 120,000 on Mentor, so I'm guessing it's 140 on Master Ninja. Again, an extra 40,000 points. If you do it on Warrior with a 5 times multiplier, you get an extra 400,000. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, the very hard one's not too bad, really. I can't remember what the enemy counts are. I think it's... I want to say it's like... Is it 70? Is it 70 cats, 30 monks? It's funny. What I'm going through on here... for those split challenges in NGB, I don't think we actually have that data. Like, how many enemies are in each Fiend challenge. Because, like, for example, in the archives, like, you always get more cats than you do ninjas or monks. Alright, seeing as we are playing, we'll try it. So I wonder... Yeah, I need to get him. Yeah. Wow, you just, like, you even, like, actually dodge, like, all of his strings. Wow, he totally just had iframes. Like, 100%. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of attacks in this game that I really don't feel they really took... I really don't feel like they tested the damage. I feel like they just increased it along... Because that charge move is like 90% of your life bar. like 90% of your life bar. Like when you think about it in terms of balance, if you think about an attack that does that much damage, it's just completely unfair. Like if you need a full life bar just to survive it, for all intents and purposes, it's a one-hit kill. You know, like if it's going to do that much damage, like it might as well just kill you. Wow, yeah, he's doing it again. I mean, look at that. That was like literally 90%, and he's parrying every single hit. Okay. This is actually what I want. I have to get the werewolf to kind of cooperate. It's annoying he only has two at once. Wasn't actually expecting that to do it. So they're worth 140,000 on Master Ninja. God, they really fucked up. They really, really fucked up mission mode in this game. I haven't played through... I genuinely probably haven't played through these missions since I kind of karma ran them way back when. And I forgot, like, just how crap mission mode is in this game. Like, save for survival, which is its saving grace, but every mission, like, for example, is recycled boss fight times 5 times 6 7 actually 8. So half of the like half of the regular missions, non-survival missions, are literally just boss fights from the main game, and the rest, I mean, actually no, that's a boss fight, so that's actually 10. And then the others are just kill a bunch of enemies, none of which are that entertaining. I genuinely feel like that mission is cool. That mission is cool. I think the rest kind of suck, and that mission's okay. So like three out of the 16 missions are actually fun and are worth like replaying. And when you look at the higher difficulties with Karma, I think that's its biggest misstep. The inclusion of the Karma multiplier. Even though playing the missions for Karma on the highest difficulty would just be a complete pain in the arse, but the fact they put that Karma multiplier in, there really is no point playing on the highest mode. Because you only have to get like a 2... If you just get a 2 multiplier, if you get 1 green essence on boss missions, the bosses are worth more essence with that single multiplier than they are on Master Ninja. And if you wanted the highest score, obviously you'd play on Master Ninja and try and get the 5 times multiplier. But good luck with that. At this health bar, like every single boss, pretty much if you get hit once by anything else and the boss lands a hit on you, you're dead. So imagine fighting like NP5. Like imagine farming Schmorgan if he killed you in 1 hit in NGB. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, is that on very hard, Mason? That's not. Yeah, I think that challenge is definitely doable, no hurt. Like you'd have to get a little bit lucky. You'd have to get a little bit lucky. Because to a certain extent, like the spawns just kind of go against you eventually. And it's one of those things where when you get hit, like you would have to have known what was going to happen in order to not get hit. Like, you know, the situations, like, you just can't react fast enough to deal with some of the stuff that happens. Seriously, what is going on with these load times? They are getting noticeably longer. Like, the more I'm playing this game, like, these load times are getting longer and longer. Look at that. Look at that damage. Like, look at that damage. This is not Acolyte. Like, you know, once I'm done with the walkthrough, I think I'm actually gonna do some real testing on this. What's up, Jones? Because there is no way in hell that the first round of survival is Acolyte. I still say it's mental. Like, I genuinely think it's mental. I got hit once in guard, crushed once, and killed the last 9 enemies. Oh, man, that sucks. Let's go Shadow Walker. God, that looks sick on this costume. I think one of the things I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll do it as a video. I might do it as a podcast, I'm not sure. But just for funsies, I was going to do like a Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Like, if I could just click my fingers, what would I want in that game? Way high on the list would be remove the karma multiplier from mission mode, like 100%. Kind of baffling that they put it in the game, to be honest. If it was something that was set, I would understand it. Like, for example, in survival, imagine if every time you completed a round, you got a multiplier. That would be cool, because at least then it would kind of stagger on a consistent basis. But again, the fact that you can get like 5 million from round 1 versus like 2 million from round 1 is kind of shit. Yeah, NP5 kind of sucks. I was tempted to go through Sigma mission mode, you know, and just redo all my missions. It'd be one hell of a thing, it'd be one hell of a series to do that, but to do it live, like, I'd stream the whole thing. Like, basically, I'd try and get back to 54 million. That might be coming further down the line, we'll see. Sigma does have survival, yeah, but it's crap. It's not survival, it's just how fast can you kill 500 enemies. And it's the same set of 100 enemies every time. And it's like, when you kill enemies with a UT, they give you like gigantic health orbs. So like, it's really, really easy. It's fun, but it's nowhere near like this. Oh, okay. Oh, you fucking bitch. I actually could have sworn I had an incendiary. Good job I didn't. One of the really annoying things though is, that's a point actually. I think I did get it on, shit, was that how? I think I did get it on the US release, I'll have to check, but I think you can no longer get Rachel's mission, like Rachel's survival on Sigma. Like, they took it off the EQ shop. Come here. I gotta, like, the more I play this game, you know, it's not just me. I'm not the only one who's mentioned it. I swear, like, the performance just deteriorates. Like, there's so many times that I'm, like, doing a directional move and, like, I just get, like, a neutral input. I don't get it. Like, thank you. Round 1, we can risk it for a biscuit. Oh, you fucking bitch. You absolute fucking bella. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? The Vanguard jumps over it, and was that 2 tail whips? Great armor, I knew that was coming. Okay, I need a health for that. You. Oh, I did. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm pretty much dead. Burn this. See the difference, like, in just playing, even a little bit, just playing for score. Like, your life bar is kind of your karma. Okay, that wasn't bad. Oh shit. Pay attention. The Falcon Sounds are in my bottom 2. Least use weapons in NG2. The Talons are kind of OP to an extent. I feel like they're the best Format B weapon. At least right now I do. Like, maybe the Tonfa, I'm not, like, I could see the Tonfa being better. I just think the reason I would say the Talons right now is just because I think they don't struggle with any particular wave, where the Tonfa, if you get caught, like, without essence in the final mech wave, like, you really are in deep shit. Get this fucking mech. Jesus. I just thought, actually, can you, like... I just thought, hang on. You totally can, okay. Did he just give... Did he just give me full kill bonus? Check the tape on that one. Yeah, so my strategy has changed for that. That's the one strategy past round 2. Do not do like maybe even past round 1 actually. I don't know. Don't do the typical strategy of like stick the last one with an incendiary and then charge up a UT. I think it's better to save 2 of these, kill 2 of them, and then wait for the mech to spawn and just go right at the mech with the UT. I think that's way better. Because the other wave isn't too bad because you have the marionettes in that wave. And you can use those, like you can delimb marionettes with the Talons like really easily. So I don't think it's as big of a problem in that wave. But in this wave coming up, like you need to take out that mech. Like, again, it's another downside of the Talons, I guess, is their ET is almost completely useless. Whereas a Tonfa ET, a Tonfa ET is still like, you know, god tier of destruction. So, yeah, so here, for example, like, I knew Ryu, sometimes you really do get on my tits. So this is okay. However, if he hadn't spawned there, this would have not been okay. And now I can go right for the mech. That is 2 dead. Oh, I hate that delay on essence. Obviously, you can't be that risky for higher rounds. Wow, he's just not getting delimbed, is he? Ooh, that was close. My God, man, that's just an NGB muscle memory. Like, you don't have to wait for the essence that long in NGB to be UT, to be chainable. God, I don't want to lose that combo. You're dead. Blue? Thank you. really who I wanted you to go for now? Yeah, your essence staggers are like massively important on the later rounds. I still feel like, again, when people were playing a lot of survival, the emphasis was always on score. So, you know, like that starting UT was like paramount to score to keep it going. And I think, to me, I think, you know, if you want to stay alive, like, you actually have to, you know, you've got to prioritize enemies, you know. Like in this way, funnily enough, like, on the later rounds, like, Flying Swallow Izuna drop on the mages is actually kind of risky. Because if one of them hit, if one of their grabs on Master Ninja, like, no joke, it's almost half life. And you don't have, like, forward wide to, like, take out their legs. As reliable. Come here. There we go. How exactly do you calm run survival? With a lot of luck. So the basic principle, so I'll break down survival karma running really quickly. The basic thing with survival is you need to understand how to manipulate green essence. So green essence will spawn at a combo above 20. And generally speaking, the higher your combo, the more likely you are to get greens. And on a combo below 20, you've got a 1 in 4 chance in terms of sheer probability of getting green, because you've got yellow, green, red, and blue. At any one point, you could get one of those 4. On, you know, when you kill an enemy. So when you're playing for Karma on Survival, generally speaking, the first 2 rounds are where you want to play for score. So what I mean by playing for score is, the health I'm at right now, my priority is health orbs. If I'm playing for score, I wouldn't really care about my health, and I'd still try and get green essence. So if you see your Karma multiplier like ticking down, flashing red, that basically means you've got 30 seconds left on it, I think, or 15 seconds, I can't quite remember actually. I'll have to check that. So you want to try and get green essence, you want to try and stagger your green essence throughout. So you want to try and do like 1 round with a full multiplier, and at the very start of the next round you want to let off your UT, build your combo up, and then immediately look for an enemy to kill normally. With a weapon that's got an Izuna drop, that's relatively straightforward. Do a UT, get like a 20-25 hit combo, spot an enemy, Izuna drop him, do another UT, Izuna drop another enemy, and then all being well, on the perfect run, you'll get 2 green essence orbs, which will give you another minute of Karma extension, and you basically just loop that pattern for the entirety of the 2 waves. Once you get to Mentor and above, that's when you'd start, like, kind of not really focusing too much on the green essence, because you just need to stay alive. And it's annoying because a lot of the emphasis early on was based on, you know, karma. You know? So, like, throwing away health to get greens was like what people did. And I guess that was just the way it was. You know, karma was king, I suppose. Now I'm far less interested in that. And also, I think it really changes the dynamic of how you play. Like, for example, on the later rounds, my opening strategy now for Genshin, if I have Nimpo, because of the way I play, I'm gonna Nimpo Genshin's first round of minions, like, immediately on the higher wave. I'll start off with my UT, obviously. But if my UT doesn't really kill them, or like I'm not in a favourable position, I will then just use my Nimpo. Because what usually gets you messed up on Genshin is trying to take out the minions while also trying to juggle fighting Genshin. And on, you know, the higher waves, if Genshin touches you, like, you are probably dead. Is he not D-Limp? Yeah, no, he is. Cool, you fucker. So that's why I would change it. Whereas if you're playing for score, you wouldn't really do that, because if you have a combo high enough, you could then try and manipulate it to get like a shitload of greens, you know, at the end of a high combo. Oh, that was close. Come here. Wow. That just happened. Uh-oh. I'm dead. I knew it. I knew it. That wave is such bullshit, man. I had 3 UTs on that first mech, and it didn't kill him. Like, 3 UTs on that mech, and he wasn't dead. Not really, Mason, no. Like, it's really strange. Like, when you're playing for score, like, for example, the windmill, if you're playing for score, you don't actually, the only weapon where you want to use the weapon UT if you're really playing for score is the scythe, because the scythe's UT is boom, it's done. Otherwise, you use the windmill shuriken. Like, okay, let's all right then. We'll do Tonfa. Is this just crashed? Did you guys see the screen there? What's going on? Like, you see how it's like selected both missions look? Like, that's also true as what Dino said. Yeah, you really do need to get like a mental clock in your head of when you're about to run out of essence. A good rule of thumb, generally speaking, a round is going to take you about a minute. Like, roughly. Like, a round will take you about a minute. So, if you've done 1 round and you ended it on, like, getting 2 essence orbs, you then replenished your karma, your karma burst. If not, you need to immediately go into it and think. So I'll play this for score. Even though the Tonfa's UT is sheer destruction, it takes, what, probably 10 seconds, maybe? Like, probably not 10 seconds, actually. Probably like 7, 8 seconds. Whereas the Windmill Shuriken UT is just over in a flash. And there's another reason why the Windmill Shuriken UT is so good. If you throw the Windmill Shuriken and you then get hit, those kills with the Windmill Shuriken don't count as, like, UT kills, so you can actually get blue orbs even though you killed them with a UT. Again, on the higher rounds, that's not really viable, because if you get hit, you die, so... But yeah, we'll play with it. Fortunately, the Tonfa are reasonably easy. What the hell? To build up a combo at the start. So you pretty much just do shurikens into rotate Y. So already I'm at 44 hits. Not get a single green there. This is the other reason why playing for Karma is, like, I killed 3 enemies there at a 40 multiplier. Didn't get a single green. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna kill him normally. I was hoping for a green there just to get a cheat. Okay, someone can time that, I guess, like how long that GT took. So now I'm actually gonna swap over to the Windmill Shuriken. That was a split second, and that still killed just as many. The downside is, of course, the Windmill Shuriken doesn't have invulnerability. Okay, so that was another 30 seconds, so if I can get one more. There we go. Now I don't need to worry about my karma multiplier for the time being, because I know I'm already at. Oh, I got another green there. That was super lucky. So I'm actually gonna kill him normally. Let it go. Swap back to my Windmill Shuriken. I'm actually going to do... I don't want to take down one of the rocket guys. The rocket guys are by far the most likely to knock you out of, like, a Windmill Shuriken UT. Okay, so I got hit there. Cool if he gave me one. Wow, okay. So that actually hit something else. I don't know what it hit, but we'll take it. Now, I want to kill this Vangel, because now I need to... Again, I'm down a minute, and I timed it pretty well on the other wave, so... I want to build up my combo here. Okay, that pretty much puts me back where I need to be, so... Very lucky. You see that? That was Guard Crush for full damage. Right. The weapon swap, like, really... oh, what's up, Tozen? 1 second, man. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, so that's one other good thing about the Windmill Shuriken. You saw there, I actually, like, UT'd his corpse, but it's still registered. Like, I still got the points, even though, like, I actually UT'd his body. So Tom-Fit UTs are pretty good when you're playing for score, because they are pretty fast. Okay, so here's my combo. Now I want to try and get a cheeky kill. Nah, I didn't get it. So that's like the best case scenario on the Tomfa. Like, you get a UT right at the start, and then you like you just kill one enemy at the end. Okay, that's a pretty decent. Okay, so that's 90 seconds on my Karma Burst recharged. So, don't jump against rocket guys. There we go. So I actually want to try and get. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I kind of forgot how many enemies that had left. What was the worst RNG with the boss you've gotten in this game? I gotta be honest, nothing really springs to mind. Like right off the bat. Yesterday was kind of shitty. Genshin literally just like jumped right out of Hitstun and Underworld dropping. But that's whatever. Okay, so now I really need to kill this Resetsu. So you really want to try and kill the Resetsu without UTs, because if he gives you a health orb, that is a lot of health. So Flying Swallow, Heavenly Justice Y is really good. Shit. Okay, so here's the biggest thing when you play for score. When you play for score, you actually want to like farm these guys. You actually want to UT them. So I know I've got at least probably a minute left on my burst. So yeah, like Windmill Shuriken UT. You can also use the bow for this, but the bow is like actually like, you know, you don't have infinite arrows, where, you know, the Windmill Shuriken like doesn't run out. You know, but when it's 25k a UT, like, you know, these points mount up pretty quick. But as you can see, my health is getting mighty low. Right, so pretty much need health out of these guys. Or greens. Okay, that's not too bad. So this is where it can get complicated. Okay. That blue's way more valuable as a UT here, other than health, because I can definitely take out the net with that. On this round, like, overall pretty good. Just because, like, a UT chain, or even an ET chain is, like, pretty much all you need to stay relatively safe. I know my multiplier is real low right now, though, and it's Vangelf wave coming up, so My multiplier is probably going to die here. I'll try and save it. Oh god! Okay, that was extremely unlucky. If that had have spawned like a split second earlier, like I would have actually saved my multiplier there. That sucks. At this point, like this is just kind of part of the course, really. You can get into a situation like this, and it really is up to you what you want to go for. I could still try and get greens here if I want, but I literally am like one single guard crush of damage away here from dying, and the game still isn't giving me health balls. I'm still getting greens. This is great. Okay, at least that killed him. Okay, there we go. There's blue. Man, I missed counter-attacks having full invulnerability. Okay, so that was like garbage. Alright. Again, kind of a judgment call. But I'm just going to nimbo the mages. The mages give you pretty chunky health balls. I just need to not get chipped out by him. Come on, die. Okay, that's like about as good. Oh, what's up, what's up, Scarface? No, I didn't. No, I'm not. Yeah. If anyone knows what happened to him, if he still plays NG2, it'd be great. I think he was the first one to hit 80 million on story mode. Oh yeah, you can. 5 million is definitely possible with the scythe. I would say it's probably possible with the dual swords as well. The scythe's the easiest weapon to get 5 mil with. Like, ultimately, yeah. Hey Joe, do you agree that NG2 is harder than NGB? Yes, 100%. Yeah, like, there's no question that this game is harder than Black. Like, yeah, I see what you mean, like, not necessarily for the right reasons, but, you know, like, it is harder. Okay, I actually... Ryu? What are you doing? Okay, I really do need that red. Because I had to burn my fingers. So 3.1 million, like, at this stage, like, isn't bad for the counter, honestly. Definitely could be better. Okay, I'm gonna try and... Rotate Y there would have given me, like, at least a 40 hit combo. And I know my multiplier is getting low, but now I need health. Okay, now I'm gonna try. I need Nimbo more than anything. There we go. So rotate Y on the Tonfa. Once it's stopped, once you get past the first bit of the move, it does have iframes. You need to get the startup out. If you don't get the startup out, you can get hit. Okay, that's a very, very good, well-timed green. You can also boost. You can also boost your hits a little bit with the shurikens. See that right there? Look, that is not what I wanted to do. I'll take that. I got 2 green there. And I know what wave I've got from it. I'm actually going to try and absorb that green, like, collectively. Where are you going? Oh, wow. Okay, so this right here is, like, worst case on this round, because, as far as I'm aware, like, charging ET is about the best thing you've got. And obviously that is, not without risk. Fortunately, an ET will kill, like, any of these enemies. Like, you only need an ET on these guys. do Wind Run and Marionette, like, just immediately dial in your UT. Okay, he's dealing with these. When they start, like, just, no pun intended, but when they start, like, machine gunning their machine gun, it's really bad. That sucked. Okay. You also got to be careful jumping when there's marionettes around, and their drill dive is probably the most bullshit move in the entire game. Just with, like, the range it can hit you from. And I honestly have no idea, like, how their strings work. Okay. Yeah, the Kusarigama. Like, oh shit. Okay, I fucked up the start there. Should have staggered some incendiaries. Kinda need him to give me a blue, which he didn't. I like how, like, throwing them into each other does stagger them. So XYY is not too bad as an instant kill probability on the lower round with the Tonton. If I could get really lucky and have a couple of these give me greens, which they didn't. So I could, that said, I need to kill Genshin with no Nimpo, which is not easy. Okay, so I didn't actually hit anybody there. Okay, so that's one down. Genshin's, funnily enough, like, that's actually a good place for him to be. I was a bit slow there. I'm dead. I kind of 50-50 on that. But that's why playing for score is kind of bullshit, really. You really do just have to... Like, that would have been pretty good, to be honest. If I could have got just... There's what? There's 12 ninjas there. 12 ninjas. If I could have got just 2 of those to give me a green, I would have blown past 4 million on round 1. And that just... But every single point where it was a case of, like, play to live or play to get points, you have to play to get points, and you are basically just rolling the dice, you know? It does do, yeah, it also does, yeah. That I've had that happen to me quite a few times. But yeah, that's basically, like, how you would play for score, which is, you know, it's fun. I definitely enjoyed it at the time, but, like, I will never go back to it. Kind of case in point, that flail run I got is kind of a perfect example. It's like 3 times longer than, like, the longest video prior to that, because people used to play for score. So to really show it, actually, let's play the flails. What time are we on here? Because survival eats time, man. You start playing survival and you're like, holy shit, it's midnight. We'll play survival for score, like, and you'll really see, like, just kind of how crazy it can get, you know. Yeah, these are DLC. I've heard some people having trouble getting them though. I don't know why. But yeah, in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black or Ninja Gaiden Black 2, I would completely remove the multiplier. I think it absolutely breaks mission mode. It's so shit. It's just, oh man, I really. One of the biggest things as well, like especially coming from NGB, where score was a much different thing. That put a lot of people off the game. Like, the fact that, like, the scoring was just completely, like, fucked. Like, really upset a lot of people. So, yeah, I've never tried. Like, I've never tried to actually buy it, because, you know, I got it when it came out. So, I did install Dead Space today, though. Didn't know that was backwards compatible, so that's cool. Gotta play that. But yeah, like the higher kill videos I think are more interesting. I'm still looking for... There's still a couple of weapons. The dual swords and the Kusarigama are still the 2 weapons left where I think we need something for Genshin with that weapon. I've only ever seen people use in-air XYY with the Kusarigama, and you really, every single time you go for that on Genshin, you are just rolling the dice. Like, if he flame dashes or underworld drops you after the first hit. You'll do a lot of damage to him, but he will kill you. Like his lunge and underworld drop on Mentor, like 3rd round and above, you're dead. Like, you can have 100% health and they will kill you. Yeah, so the hardest thing with the flails is building up a combo. It's also why, in a weird way, the Luna is quite hard, because the thing that really hurts the flails and the Luna when you play for score is their strings, or the strings of the weapon are just full of holes. So, you know, getting like a guaranteed string going is really, really difficult. See right there, I just got hit out of them. I just got hit completely out of the string. There again. Okay, by flail standards though, that's not actually too bad. The other downside to the flails is that you pretty much have to use the windmill shuriken. The flails UT is probably like one of the weakest in the game in terms of like just sheer damage output. It's also great when it just completely misses enemies that are right in front of you. That's awesome. You know? Where's that D-Lin ninja? Come here. And on format B, don't get me wrong, I would not want format A for flails, but on format B, the amount of enemies that can just hit you right out of the windmill shuriken UT is fucking insane. Like, rockets, incendiary shurikens, Vangelfs, like, it's just kind of crazy. Like, kind of OT quite a bit as well. Like, that's actually one of the best things you can have happen on flails. Really. See, like you're just every UT you do with the windmill shuriken just costs you like just a chunk of health. What the? Everybody see that? What the hell was that? Oh, that was really unlucky. But again, like, tack ninjas, like, what the tack ninjas love doing, hitting you with their machine gun, like, just completely out of string. So I'm probably going to lose my multiplier here. Yeah. So building your multiplier up at this point, very, very difficult with the flails. That said, though, like, my score is not terrible. Like, for where I am in the, you know, in survival. That's what I like flails. Oh, okay, that's really cool actually. If it's free. Yeah, so rotate Y is not bad, but the biggest like problem is that they can just hit you straight out of this string, the cremator string, which is like its combo string. They can just hit you right out. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get my multiplier back here. Okay, that's not right. Okay, that might actually go in my favor. You kind of want to get a little bit lucky on, like, getting... You know it's a good UT when the frame rate stops. They can also block the windmill shuriken UT. I'm just hoping for a green. Nope. Yeah, when you get one of those windmill shuriken UTs in that way, man, that's satisfying. So here I want to try and build up my combo again. Okay, so that's actually not bad. But there again, look, you just get shot right out. It takes kind of a while to do that. Okay, hopefully I've got a green. Yep. Okay, that got me. That's just got me another minute of multiplier. Okay, now I'm in good shape. In terms of karma, I'm actually gonna swap over to the bow here, just because it's faster. And I really did not want that UT to get stuck. going to swap over here because this should be the Resetsu. Even though, like, there is no way in hell I'd want Format A with the flails for Karma, just because you get the Grey Resetsu, which has a kill bonus attached to it. It would be kind of nice. I don't really. I hate OTing him, but yeah, kind of have to. What's up, Phil? What's up, Laser? Look at these. It really feels like the game is just trolling you when you're at like death's door, and it just keeps giving you greens. And you're like, I don't need those. Okay, this actually isn't too bad. What's that? Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Does Sigma 2 also have solo missions as well? Yeah. You know what? I want to say it does. I think it does. Okay, so this actually isn't too bad. Because this is the flails. Like, I could farm this wave, but honestly, like I could get 3+ million here. Like, if I get a good multiplier for the rest of the rest of the waves. It's weird. Like, when you get to this round, if you can get to this round and be like doing pretty well on health and that, and you get a red, it's so good to just like Windblaze this entire wave and just get like a shitload of green and blue. Will you rent a 450 and install the PS5 in your house? Oh, look at that! I said it, and the game was like, here, you can have it. Thank you. See, look at that. Like, that's great. It's really important though that you remember to swap back to Inferno. Is there one left over here? No. Alright, seeing as it's the first round, I don't usually do it, but we'll risk it. I need a Garger. Thank you! Another thing with the flails, their UT is not, like, super powerful, but if you notice that you've de-limbed an enemy, I highly recommend, like, direct it immediately to another enemy, because, like, right now, look, I'm not in the best position, but I've got a couple of enemies de-limbed that I can maybe, like, work with. Oh, the X counter is just a de-limbing machine. Okay, so he's de-limbed, so, like, I'm immediately trying to get something else with it. How the hell? Alright, well, that was unfortunate. No! Don't fuck with the flails the flails X counter. No joke. Maybe one of the best, like, the single, in terms of like a single hit move, it might be one of the best in the game. Like, that just interrupted a Garger, like, tail whip combo. I'm really hoping for a blue. Yep. Forward wide, not quite, OT him please, Ryu, instead of, like, just doing whatever the fuck you just did. Thank you. Yeah, forward wide with the Talon, with the flails rather. Not quite as good as forward wide with the Talons, but it's alright. That should not have hit me. Like, that just should not have hit me. I dashed right. Magic pixel on the flails is just kind of terrifying. I'm trying to build up my combo here, but it's just not happening. Have I just got? Yeah, he's the last one. Why do you need to put? It's really not that big. Like, and also, yeah, let's also be real here. All the stuff about it being ginormous is total speculation. Like, total speculation. No one has seen that thing. And I know people are going to be like, oh yeah, but the USB's driving, yeah. And it's like, yeah, I know. But that doesn't change the fact that no one's seen it yet. So chill. And honestly, who cares? It's not that big. Like, the Xbox One was big. And, you know, and if it's big because they've actually got, like, room for cooling in it, that's cool. I'm fine with that. Oh, excuse me. Not allowed to be alive. Forward wise, such a good one. Ooh, okay, that's unusual. No, I wasn't aware there was any factory pictures out there. I thought that was people just looking at images of it online. And like, what I saw was people working it out from like how big the USB drive and the disk drive looks on the pictures, and basically just working it out like based on dimensions from that. And there'll be a Steam version eventually, so. Okay. Oh, really? Wow. This has been extremely generous with info. Alright, this should be the mech round. Oh man, really? One left. Okay, two left. Sure. God, that X counts is just so good. Okay, yeah, we got a big mech. Come here. Okay, he's dealing, so... Gotta kill that mech orb. Okay, I actually don't want to kill the quad pedal. Good point, MCAT, yeah, good point. But yeah, I don't know, the size of it, like, I don't know, that just comes across as people's just obsession to be negative with this thing, you know? Like, PS5, like, you know, looks pretty good, supposedly, like, gonna be pretty affordable. They showed a really good crop of games. They made the controller bigger, something people wanted. Supposedly got a much better battery life. It's got an SSD. There's a lot of positives. So people are like, oh yeah, but it's really big, man. I'm not gonna be able to lift it. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's like, does everything have to be negative? Like fuck me. And here's the thing too. If it was really small, people would have just said, oh, it's too small. Like, that's just the next gen, like, games reporting first taken to, like, the nth degree. Of, like, you know, man, we need articles that have got the words PlayStation 5 in them. We can't blow them up for not showing games. So, I know, the console's pretty big. Let's use that argument. It's just, yeah, like, I don't know, man. Weird world, you know what I mean? Alright then, Genshin. Okay, so the odds of me killing Genshin fast enough with this multiplier, pretty slow with the flails, but we can try it. That was a helpful. We'll take that. So, funnily enough, right, if this hits him, there you go, you'll see what I mean. One of the best moves on on Genshin, like on these early rounds, if you've got a weapon that can Izuna drop, like the Izuna drop splash damage can sometimes double connect, and it doesn't exactly tick. He tried to do what he did yesterday, look. Okay, I'm actually going to Nimbo these guys. Hopefully I'll get a green. Oh, that was my bad. Okay, that guard crushed me. That first one was my fault. I dodged too early. That second one literally just guard crushed me, and like that was unblockable. That was great. You know? So if I could have killed Genshin with a multiplier there, that would have been about 3.5 mil for the flails on round 1, which is pretty deep, which is like actually really, really good for the flails. That's half my like almost 4-round score with the flails in 1 round. Yeah, it was. That was just unblockable. I say unblockable, like, it's weird the way Guard Crush works in this game. Like, I don't know how it works, but sometimes certain attacks will just hit you for full damage, even when you're blocking. That aren't unblockable. Like, they're not an unblockable attack, but they'll Guard Crush you. Like, you'll hear the chink noise of Guard Crush, and you just take full damage. It's one of those things. But yeah, I remember when I saw that posted, like the people moaning about the PS5 size. I think, like, Jesus Christ, man, like, just shut the fuck up, like, like, stop bitching, like, just stop bitching, everybody, like, stop fucking complaining. Like, it's getting tiring, man. Like the PS5 event was like good. They showed a load of games, like a good mix of like indie stuff, like stuff that looked pretty different. They showed like some big games, Horizon 2. They showed Resident Evil. They showed Hitman. There's got to be someone at like Sony that's like, man, can you believe this shit? Like, we showed all these games. We didn't like patronize them. And they're blowing us up for our console being too big. What if the reason it's big is because there's like an expandable hard drive bay in there, where you can put like a full drive? What if that's the reason it's big? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Oh, what's up, Bong? Did you ever get tagged with a bullet beforehand? Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest dangers of attack ninjas on Genshin. Like, that's why it's funny. It's weird that on paper, attack ninjas are like nowhere near as dangerous as mages, but if they shoot you like right before Genshin goes to do an attack, that can be lights out. Like, that can be your ass against Genshin. That's gonna hit. I love that the ET can sometimes kill them as well. Alright, so... Oh, aren't you clever? We want Luna. We want Piercing the Void. Right, let me quickly update the stream title in this cutscene. Alright, so... Pretty much gonna speed through this now. And try and get all these tests of Valors. Well, as many as I can get. Yeah, I don't know, it feels like just the over need to just moan about everything. It's just the point. And as I said, like the level of desperation that we're getting to with like whoa! I swear that did more damage than it did when I hit him with that on Acolyte. Did that double connect? I have to check. Was anyone watching the combo count? Did that hit him twice? Okay, let's leave it to auto aim. Great job, Ryu. Nice. That was great. That was fantastic. That was awesome. There's the Ryu I know. That's hitting him right in the kisser. How is that not doing full damage? I'm coming. Ow. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Nino, honestly. I can only go from, like, the defense attributes in black, but I haven't, like, really tested it, you know? Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice, MK, but, like console, like, to a certain extent, like, consoles are always going to be, like, a little bit of a step back. But, I mean, you know, we've got an SSD at this, you know, we've finally got an SSD in our console. Finally. You know, it's taken long enough, but, you know, we've at least got SSDs now. And did they touch on USB? I can't, because does anyone know? Because honestly, I don't. Are the PS4 and Xbox One USB 3? Like the USB ports on them? Are they USB 3 or are they USB 2? Because we're up to, like, what is it? We're up to USB 3.2 now, aren't we, on PCs? Well, I say on PCs, but, you know, on, like, tech, like, USB 3.2 is the latest. So I would imagine, even if there isn't space in the system, nowadays, like, just a regular, like, SATA SSD, like, isn't that expensive. Like, I was looking up just recently. I think a 1 terabyte SATA SSD is about 100 quid or so. So, you know, you could add, like, a terabyte that way. Although, I don't know, we're getting to the point where, like, a terabyte isn't much. I deleted 2 games from my PS4 yesterday. Call of Duty World War II and MK11. Those 2 games combined were well over 200 gigs. So a terabyte of storage isn't, like, you think, oh yeah, that's like 8 games maybe. Like, it's not really that much anymore. So, yeah, I thought the Xbox One does, but I don't know about the PS4. You know, that's one weird upgrade that I kind of forget that my PS4 has. The base hard drives in both systems are 5400 RPM, and I put a 2 terabyte 7200 one in my PS4, and going between Xbox and PS4, it's really noticeable. Like, just how much faster the PS4, like, boots and, like, loads games, loads saves. And that's a mechanical drive. That's not an SSD. I suppose now, like, if you're picking up a PS4 now, like, I suppose you could make a point for, like, just put an SSD in it. I blatantly because I think over the course of having it, it would be worth it. Because I've got a SSD in one of my PS3s, and whenever I can be bothered, I'll probably transfer everything over and, like, make that my main PS3. Because it's noticeable. It's not massive. It's not like games load in a minute and now load in 5 seconds. But, you know, if you use it often enough, like, it's really noticeable in Sigma, though. I'm going to check to see if... does anyone know if you can download Sigma 2? Like, is Sigma 2 digital on the PS3? I want to say it is. And if it is, then I'll be downloading that on the SSD PS3. And then, you know, it's all time save. Wow, I'm getting very lucky with these Nimpo walls. Is there a mage left? I'm going to say there was a mage left. Cool. I could have swore there was one with a mage. Yeah, but... You know, it's weird, even though I don't think the Xboxes are, but because the PS4's USB ports are black, I don't know if they are. Quick bathroom break, guys. Back in a minute. So guys, I'm back. I'm curious now. I'm gonna search that. Does the PS4 use USB 3? Oh, they are. Okay. Huh. Well, there you go. They do use USB 3. So you would like to assume, maybe, that the PS5 is going to be USB 3.1, maybe? Have I not got a talisman? Well, let's remedy that. Oh, what's up, Ike? Ah, okay. Yeah, so I'm probably going to get Sigma 2 digitally. I really that's a job to do actually when I get back home. Is I'm going to make the SSD PS3. Ryu, what are you doing? I'm going to make that my main PS3. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I'm going to. I don't think I can actually get my Sigma saves over though, so it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I don't want to do is split my data across 2 profiles. And I really don't want to have to redo all of Sigma again. And then again, it's not that big a deal, really. Unlocking mission mode, like... Funnily enough, it's not the unlocking mission mode that's kind of a chore. It's having to play through every mission 3 times, like, to get it to the point where I could karma run it. Whereas on my regular PS3, like, I have all of them done on Master Ninja, so I could just jump straight into karma running. Let's equip that, and let's get the Luna, we might get some fluky double hitters. Man, the delay after boss cutscenes is fucking insane. Like, until you can actually gain control of the region. Like, but my god, man. When you get, oh shit. When you get XY with the Luna instead of XYY, like, it pretty much always gets you hit. Good night. Does he remind anybody else of Doomsday from Batman v Superman? It suddenly just dawned on me. He looks a lot like Doomsday. His face, in particular. Can I help you? Right. Next test of Valor. Talons here. Otherwise known as when I can't be bothered to play the game properly. Right, Test of Valor 2. Save there. What we got? Anybody know what this is? If so, it would save me time. Oh wow, is it just Vanguards? Oh, that's really... Okay, yeah, I don't need to do this then. Awesome. That saves me time. That's 60 Vangolfs. I love it when it's just one enemy. It's so much easier. Just load that save and carry on. I was going over some of the stuff I have on Google Docs earlier, because I originally made this account like way back at uni. And I forgot that I started a physical game collection, like spreadsheet, because a while ago it got to the point where I just couldn't remember what I had. And I remember a couple of times I think I bought games that I already owned. Just because I saw them so cheap, and I thought, screw it, like, if I end up with 2 copies, fine. But, like, you know, this is such a good deal that I don't want to leave it. And, man, I don't think that thing's been updated since 2014 or 2015. The only thing on my PS4 list is, like, MKX and Doom, I think. Go away. Bye-bye. Mango. See ya. Let's go shurikens here. What the? Okay, well, you get to die. Sob. Any green mages? Some weird shit in this game, isn't there? Like that. That's very, very rarely a problem in Black, but I don't know, man. It seems like enemies having armor in this game is, like, everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Like, they will just armor. Like, the only enemies that really had armor in the first game was zombies. And that was it. Very, very rarely you get a soldier that have armor. But very rare. This is to go. Bosses to kill. It's the item situation. Oh, okay, well, oh, what? Wow, he stabbed him on the floor before he was even on the floor. It is kind of cheap. You can just buy all these on New Game Plus. Like the Life of 1,000 Gods, I mean. Alright. Alexei, some shurikens. This should make... I don't think I did this on Acolyte. This will make pretty short work of them, won't it? I do love that there's no, like, sweet spots on most of these fights. Like, the enemies will just follow you. Wow, that's good. That's some good shit. That's some good tech right there. Ninja Dog, did you see how fast I killed that boss? I'm taking the piss. Right. 60 pink Vanguards. So, hopefully, if Acolyte and Warrior stack the way Mentor and Master Ninja do, they should be fairly easy to work out what the numbers are. That is a big if, though. Because on Master Ninja, some of them don't stack at all. Like, they have, like, the 47 and 33s are, like, still, like, 47, but, like, 50-something. It's really strange on Master Ninja, like, the enemy counts on the Test of Valors. Look at that guy in the stairs. Alright, we'll be cheeky. You gotta try for at least one cheeky windmill shuriken, you two. I actually got hit though, so they might give me help. Wow, okay, I only killed 2. I only killed 3. See, look, he gave me an info because I got hit. That's I don't know if that's intentional, but whether it's intentional or not, it is pretty cool. Wow, this chapter's actually, like, hella fast, isn't it? If you just run past it. Throwing torsos at me. It's not exactly being very respectful of your fallen comrades, is it? It also makes 0 sense, because they just, like, pull them out of the ground. Alright. Mush on. Can you windroll on water? Why is the frame rate being so shit? Oh, I know. I bet the game's still like tracking the werewolves. There's only like 3 Vangelfs in this fight, so yeah, I can still hear all the werewolves. There we go. Finally despawned. Thank you. That's a lot of Vangelfs. This is usually dogs and werewolves, so... Yep. Well, that went, smoothly. Let's go... Tom. If you look at how wide those bars are, like... Ryu's grip strength is off the fucking chart. Like, he's barely able to, like, get, like, any overgrip with his fingers on that bar. And yeah, he's just hanging off like it's nothing. Boom. You wish, buddy. Recovery frames. That sucks. God, I thought the game just crashed then. What? Who's a... Okay, this fight isn't supposed to end... Well, like, that isn't supposed to happen. Until every... And why is my con... What the fuck is going on? Okie dokie. Let's get this done. Now, Piercing Void was like super shit against the dragon, wasn't it? It really did not do a lot of damage. Alright, what we got here then? What are we taking bets? Now, you would assume that that's just going to be 30 werewolves and 30... What's it called? Gargoyles. These guys are worth 2,000 apiece. So that makes it really easy to work out. So I only really need to kill these guys and then I'm fine. Is this... Having armor, you bitch. Those gargoyles are very. So this was 20 this was 20 werewolves and 20 gargoyles on Acolyte. So part of me wants to just assume it's going to be 30 of each now, but you know what to say about assumption? In a weird way, I think on Mentor maybe, or Master Ninja, if they gave you red werewolves here with gargoyles, like, that'd be a problem. This test of Valor's not too bad, like, as long as you don't kill any werewolves and take out the dogs, like, it's really not that big a deal. I feel like if they gave you red werewolves with gargoyles, and just, you constantly have like 80% stomps being chucked at you, like, you'd sing a different tune on this challenge. Alright, that's what, 15? Okay, my karma location is fixed now, which is good. Can you, like, stop being a dick? I think werewolves, by far, are like the worst offenders when it comes to armor. I just thought, right, if the PS4, if PS5 ROM is 100% backwards compatible, in theory, does that mean you'd be able to install the digital versions of Sigma and play Sigma off of, like, an NVMe SSD? It's wishful thinking, but that would be pretty sick. No? Like, just armored through like 5 attacks. Are you taking the risk? Right, there should only be 3 left if there's 30. Look at him. Dodging. How dare you? Yeah, 30 of each. Just kill them in one hit. You know what though? Nimbo is going to be way faster. Not if you're missing them, Ryu. It's going to be faster then. That was pretty funny. I don't need to do that. It's just going to take time. I want to get through as many of these as I can on this stream because I want to play Bully tomorrow. So that's 30 gargoyles, 30 werewolves. Awesome. Hello, Nemesis. Yeah, I know about that move. Yeah, it's a shame it's not more useful. Does look cool though, and you can do it into war moves as well, which is sick. I feel like this game has a lot more moves like that. In NGB, I think the only move that really does fall into that category is Runaway Lightning, like a move that like looks insanely cool but is just completely useless, like from a mechanical point of view. It feels like there's a lot more moves like that in this game. Let me go in here. Leave me alone. Or maybe just more situational is a better way to describe it. Because if they hit, you know, they do decent damage, but... did I forget to refill my arrows? Nah, 26 is alright. I replace NGB with NG2 combat. I don't think you'd really be able to do that, like, because NGB, like, if you had the NG2 enemies in NGB, like, you just wouldn't stand a chance. Like, you know, because NGB is a defensive game. You know, this is a game, whether by design or not, but in this game, like, it's based around aggression. Like, you have to be aggressive, you know? I can't actually remember what does more damage. Okay, that does way more damage than a bow. What the hell is going on with the camera angle? I remember now why you don't use the scythe. Yeah. It's because of this. Alright, let's plan B. No, plan B is the talons. What are you doing? Wow, that did a lot of damage. Did he just give... Is that 3 Nympho? 2 Nympho. Holy Christ! Okay, that was totally intentional. I knew what I was doing there. That damage. Wouldn't... Yeah, but if there's more than one mage, like, you're still pretty vulnerable after the Flying Swallow, aren't you? Like, they could just hit you in the landing of Flying Swallow instead of Izuna drop. Because mages definitely, like, do that on purpose. And I think, in general, enemies do that in this game. Like, Izuna drop in NGB, and NGO4 in particular, it's kind of... It's completely overpowered. Whereas in this game, I think you can tell that as soon as you do an Izuna drop, something happens on the enemies where they're like, right, grab him. Like, go for grabs in his recovery. Like, get near him as fast as you can and go for grabs. Like, the amount of times you get grabbed out of an Izuna drop in this game compared to Black is insane. To the point where on Survival, when you get the mage rounds, like, I won't even do it. On Mentor and Master Ninja, like, don't even go for Izuna drops on the mages, because it can just be half your life bar. Right, flails. Like, NGO4 goes to the shit. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, I could see that. And just imagine that, like, mages strike me, like, if mages want to grab you, they're gonna grab you. Yeah, you can actually shoot ghost fish. Right, so, that was nice and easy. Hardly ever use that string. It is cool. Ooh, that was close. I hate falling off here. What's in this chest? Can you imagine if Ghostfish did the kind of damage they do to you in NGO4 in this game with how they... Oh, fuck. With how they work in this game? Like, they'd just tear you apart. Like... God, yeah, can you imagine NGB with that kind of combat? You know, though, Laser, it's funny you should say that. Like, I was pretty... Like, God of War 20... Is it God of War 2018? I think the combat in that game is kind of bad, to be honest. Not from a mechanical standpoint. I don't mean, like, it doesn't work. I just find... It's super boring. Like, it's so boring. I really feel like if you've got an action game, like, you know, like a 3D action game, if the highest difficulty isn't the most fun mode, I think you messed up. And in God of War, like, the amount of damage the enemies take in that game on its highest difficulty, it's just boring. In in the previous God of Wars, they still took a lot of damage, but you still had the means to take them out pretty fast. In God of War 2018, Nympho, Jesus Christ. Early on, the amount of damage they take is just fucking unreal. It's just not very. That's just not very fun in my book. I don't like Oh, that was weird. I don't like having to wail away on an enemy for like 10 fucking minutes to kill it. And no doubt there's probably, there's probably ways to make it faster, but I really did not enjoy the combat in that God of War. Like, it was okay, but I felt like it was a pretty drastic downgrade from the previous games. And it's funny because a lot of people like criticize God of War for being a button masher, like the originals, and I thought, yeah, like not if you play it on anything above normal. Like you hard mode, like early on, you can kind of get away with mashing, but once you get to like I'd say like a third of the way through the game, like you can't really mash on even hard mode. Like you can't just button mash God of War. Like you have to pay attention, and on like the very hard mode, like there's no way you're button mashing and getting through that game. There's no fucking way. Especially God of War 3. I feel like God of War 3 is probably the hardest. The Scorpion boss and the Cerberus boss on Chaos mode. You ain't button mashing and making your way through those boss fights. No fucking way. On normal, yeah. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, actually, that would have been kind of cool. Yeah, if they'd have gone like the OT route. I think about it. It's been NG3 was 2011, wasn't it? Or 2012? I think it was. Let me go through this door about. Yeah, when did vanilla NG3 come out? No. It was 2012, I thought so. Yeah, so we're coming up on 9 years since the last, like, proper NG. 9 years, man, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like if they were going to do a sequel, they'd have done one by now. And I've said this before, but I really think they missed the boat on when to bring it back. I really do. Around, I want to say, Dark Souls 2, when Dark Souls 2 came out, like, I really feel like there was no better time to bring back NG. Granted, different kind of games, but I think, that they could have, they could have cashed in, even leaned into it a little bit, maybe, and kind of, maybe, it's good marketing. Maybe kind of bait the Souls scene a little bit and be like, oh, you guys think these games are hard? Here's Ninja Gaiden 4, motherfuckers. Like, play this game. See how you get on. They could have, like, kind of leaned into it a little bit and be like, yeah, come on. Like, let's see you play some NG. But I think they just, that ship has sailed, like. I was gonna say, how did that not hit? You're dead. And I'm moving a fridge. Yeah, I mean, I've not really played Dark Souls. It's just not my thing. I don't like the way those games play. That's also true, though, Dino. Yeah, I do think that's something people overlook when they compare the two, because, like, I see that said a lot. People are like, oh, man, people think Dark Souls is difficult. NG's way more difficult. And I think, yeah, true. But Dark Souls has a lot of lore going for it. The art design, the scope of it. It's a much bigger game. And I think even though I wouldn't have it any other way, don't get me wrong, I would not have it any other way, but the only thing NG has is the fidelity of its action, and that's it. And granted, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't sacrifice like 1% of the combat for like a better story. Fuck that. I don't have a good feeling about this. Bye bye, Garja. Can you fly? Alright, okay. I just had a bad feeling I was going to get knocked down there. Like Bloodborne as well. Like, I really want to play Bloodborne because I just love the way that game looks so much. Like like not from a technical standpoint, but to me artistically, that is one of the best looking games I have ever seen, ever. Period. Like that game looks absolutely amazing. But I just can't stand the way it plays. You know? Yeah, exactly, Nino. Yeah. Did the HB have high difficulties? Not really, no. NGB, Hurricane Pack 1, people tend to think it's hard. It's hard mode enemies, but it's like normal level damage AI. Like, if you look at the damage the ogres do, for example, compared to Black on hard, like, it's way less. Like, they just give you the hard enemies. In terms of, like, health and that, like, they're super weak. Right, another Test of Valor coming up. Yeah, you know, it's funny, Bloodborne in particular, incoming scrub quote, I kind of wish Bloodborne did have, like, an easy mode, just so I could play through it and just enjoy having, like, a top hat and a fucking sledgehammer and a fucking, like, pirate shotgun and just fuck people up. That'd be awesome. I want to play that game. I don't actually want to play the game that Bloodborne is, so it's a shame, really. Okay, let's try and tonfer our way through these guys. Look at the frame rate. It's dying! The only way to save the frame rate is to murder things. Oh well, folks. You know, that said though, I still have Bloodborne. That was PlayStation Plus game. I still have that. I could play that. Maybe. Play that on stream. Maybe have a stream session. You're right there, mate. You're just chilling. Ah, please don't tell me he's... Please don't tell me he's glitched and I can't spawn the... Okay, there we go. I was worried he'd have glitched and I wouldn't be able to spawn the Test of Valor. Test of Valor, please. No? Why is that not working? What's the closest thing you've seen as a demon in real life? I don't know. Not really. No, I've never really had any experiences like that. The only time I ever got genuinely freaked out by something in real life was, I remember one time I woke up when I was a kid. I was really young. My dressing gown was like draped over the end of my bed on a bedpost. And I woke up like just in the middle of the night, and that genuinely looked like a reaper was just like standing at the edge of, like at the end of my bed. I remember waking up and just thinking like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then like I took a minute and was like, no, it's just my dressing gown, it's fine. Okay, I don't like that Test of Valor is not triggering. Oh, the death screen's really long, I'm guessing. What's up, Demon? But yeah, probably that. I've never really seen and like had anything like that really. Ooh. Hold the phone here. Shut the fridge. Ah man, that's tempting. Gabe just sent me like there's a Control is currently like 12 quid on this flash sale. But I've got enough games. Like, I was making, funny enough, I was making like a stream list today, of like runs that, you know, I've started and like I want to get back to and that. Why isn't this Test of Valor triggering? I don't like that. I might have to do the rest of the chapter and hopefully it's there when I come back. What was I saying? Yeah, and like that list got pretty long. Like pretty fast, so I don't need to add to that. I don't need to add to that. And by the time I get around to like chipping away at the backlog, control will probably be pretty cheap anyway, so I can just pick it up. Do you use a wide controller? Yes, I do, Mastery, yeah. I use a 360 controller for the Xbox One, because the Xbox One controller is just a giant piece of shit. It's genuinely one of the worst controllers ever, in my opinion. It's fucking terrible. D-pad is crap, triggers are crap, face buttons are shit, analog sticks are shit. Like, that controller is a piece of shit. And, like, no one will ever change my mind on that. Like, some people swear by it, but I don't know how. Deadly... Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, I mean, I'm Deadly Premonition 2 and Bayonetta 3. That's why I'll own a Switch one day. One day I'll get myself a Switch. It won't be for a while, but I will get one eventually. I want to play those games. Do you think Mixer... Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, we already talked about that. Mixer, like, just, you know, just... Mixer is in the bin. Mixer got mixed, you might say. I'm sorry. Dad jokes. Mixer got guessed wrong on the 50/50. Can you imagine, like, okay, let's be real here for a minute, right? Just put yourself in the position of, like, Shroud and Ninja, right? They got, I think, what, Ninja got, like, 30 million, Shroud got 10. Can you imagine, it's the equivalent, right, of going to work one morning, you turn up at work, and they're like, oh, man, bad news, we've got to shut the place down. And you're like, oh, man, that's shit. But good news, here's a fucking boatload of money. Like, you got to admit that behind the scenes, both of them are just like, dude, nice. You know? I mean, I don't know, if there's anything, like, actually stopping them going back to Twitch. I know both of them, like, not massively, but, you know, they did kind of, not necessarily throw Twitch under the bus, but, you know, they were like, yeah, you know, we're gonna go mix them, man. There's nothing stopping them going to Twitch. At least as far as I know. I could be wrong. But yeah, you gotta admit, part of them was like, dude, we just got paid, like, millions of dollars to lose our job. Like, what the fuck? But do I think it'll affect Series X sales? Nah, I don't think so. Mixer was, you know, I mean, let's be real here, like, there's a reason Mixer got canned, you know? Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't think it will affect the sales that much. I don't know if they're, I don't know if they were, but, like, they made, put it this way, they made a lot of fucking money from that, essentially. Like, whether they're getting the full payout or not, like, they are, you know, they got a pretty good payday. What the fuck? They got a pretty good payday, that one, you know. They got time and parachutes. But yeah, where do they go from here? And it's funny, you know, if I was either of those guys, I think there's a few people that have got the like, the memes and the following to where it's viable. I would hire, I don't know how you go about doing it, but, and I don't know enough about, web development, so anyone that does, feel free to let me know. I'd make my own, I wouldn't make my own platform, unless they wanted to do that, but if I had that kind of money and that kind of following, I'd just make, like, me personally, I would make, like, you know, I don't know, JTB.com or something, or, like, call it whatever, and I'd just stream from that. I'd have, like, completely insulated, like, my own thing, where, like, I could stream whatever I wanted, do whatever I wanted, like, that's what I'd do if I was those guys. Because I think you've got the money, like, you've got the money, you've got the size audience where even if only, like, 1/10 of them follow you, like, you're still, you know, you're still fine, like, financially. You know, you can, like, you got to assume, like, they have the capital anyway, to where, like, I imagine neither of those guys has to work again, unless they've just been very reckless with their money. You know, that's what I do about those guys. I won't bother thinking, like, you know, do I go to Facebook? Do I go back to Twitch? Like, I'd be like, nah. Build your own shit. Unless, again, for all I know, like, there's a reason they're not doing it. Like, I don't know if that's viable. I don't know how you would go about doing that. But there are places that, like, live stream, without a host. Like, they live stream themselves, so like it's possible. I don't really know. But you know what, Laser? Like, and it's funny because I've said this before. Ninja playing Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden would be the best thing ever for this game. Even if he plays it and gets bodied, even if he plays it and can't get past the first level on normal, which, let's be real, like, that's not going to happen. So it's not like he's some scrub. But can you imagine how many people, like, that would get this game out to? Like, how many people would start, like, looking up videos for NG? Like, and people would start playing it and, like, just... It's kind of a shame he doesn't play it, Because if he did, like, it would grow the scene, massively. Like, you get all this new blood, all this new fresh meat, all these new people where you could be like, yeah, do a karma and it's fine, it's fun, you'll enjoy it. I would never do that, obviously, because I'm not me. But yeah, it is kind of weird that he doesn't play it, and his name is Ninja, and he doesn't play Ninja Gaiden, an Xbox exclusive, like, well, at one time or another, an Xbox exclusive, and his name is Ninja, and he was on the Xbox streaming platform, but he doesn't play NG. Weird one. What are you doing, mate? Come here. God, I love Heavenly Justice into OTs just looks so sick. I really hope this test of Valor is there. I don't want to have to piss around redoing save. You know what? I'm curious. I'm just gonna Google that and see if there's anything on that, because I don't know if there's something. Because I know Shroud was like fairly critical of Twitch when he left. Like, he didn't throw them under the bus, but he was he did kind of call them out on some of the stuff that he's not a fan of. Well, it just says they'll be free to return to Twitch. Because also you've got to. Here's the thing as well. Like, if you're a bigwig at Twitch, right? What's up, behind you? Test of Valors are the Fiend challenges of NG2, basically. They're there's 9 of them in the game, and they have like a set enemy count across all the difficulties. And I'm in the middle of just putting together a guide for all the tests of Valors, and I want to know what they are. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so like, here's the thing. The bigwigs at Twitch, right? Do they give a single shit about the fact that they left? Or would they just think, hey, if they come back, we still make a shitload of money? It's not really any skin off their, revenue, is it? I guess they just kind of have to eat some humble pie. To be honest, Laser, I know what you mean. I still think of NG as an Xbox game. Even though, as I said, I think Sigma is super good. But I don't know, there is something about it. Like, I guess because the first game, was an Xbox exclusive. Like, and I remember it being the game that converted so many people to get an Xbox. Like, first it was Halo, but then it was NG. Like, everybody wanted to play Halo, but then NG came out, and it was exclusive. Like the PS2. Like, you think about it, like the PS2 always had Devil May Cry. Aha. Okay, that's way off the mic. PS2 always had DMC. And for a while, like, kind of was like, the action game, It was exclusive to PS2. Did he just survive that? Is in the drop? that should hit. And then, yeah, for a while, I remember it took me a while to, like, come to terms with the fact that, in my book at least, I think NG's better than Devil May Cry. And I was a massive DMC fan at the time. Like, I know a few people brought up Onimusha 2. Like, maybe Onimusha 2 is better than DMC 1. And I thought, nah, like, it's good. Onimusha 2 is legit and one of my favorite PS2 games ever, but it ain't no DMC. And I remember the first time I played NG and just the feeling of the way it feels, and I thought, God damn, this game feels good. Like, you know, and I thought, I don't know, man, I think this might be better than DMC. Okay, so I can work this out pretty quickly. Let's just kill these guys. Get the limit, please. Like, NG has a precision that Devil May Cry doesn't. That's the wrong way. DMC 1 especially. Okay, so is the bat's worth 400? Did he just get... Did that guard just get hit by a bat? Okay, so guards are worth 2,000 apiece. I don't know, it's like, NG doesn't have a... It's funny how one of the common complaints you get of NG is that it doesn't have a lock-on system. And I think, yes it does. Like, the direction you're facing is your lock-on system. Like, but because it's not there in black and white, people are like, oh man, this game needs a lock-on system. And I think, it already has one. Like, you control where your attacks go, for the most part. Okay, so that's 2 bats dead. Okay, so that's 15 Gargers and 45 bats. I'm not gonna waste time killing the bats. Yeah, but I can't remember what video it was, but I think someone sent it or posted it on the Twitch chat a while ago. But there was a video about NG, and like one of the biggest complaints they had was that like it didn't have a lock-on system. And I thought, if like you don't need a lock-on, like you choose where to attack in NG. Like, I feel like that kind of exposes like how they're playing the game. Like, if you need a lock-on system, you're probably not paying too much attention to what you're attacking, you know? Oh, really? I had a PS2, I mean, to be fair, like, everybody had a PS2 first at the time. I did have a PS2 first, but when my PS2 died, and my birthday was coming up at the time, and I remember thinking, like, fuck it, I'm gonna get an Xbox instead. You know, I got blown up. Everyone was like, man, what are you getting an Xbox for? And then they came over and played Halo and NG. Like, literally, they played Halo 1 and Ninja Gaiden, like NGO4, and they're like, wow, I need to get an Xbox. And I thought, yeah, told you. This system is fucking baller. And also the hard drive was a big selling point back then as well. You know, remember memory cards? Remember how much of a fucking rip-off memory cards were? Like, the fact you had a hard drive was like, wow. Kind of amazing. You know? You need to worry about space. And it got to a point, I can't remember how many Xbox games I have, but I was pushing 100 Xbox games by the end of the game's, like, you know, by the time the 360 rolled around. And I never needed a memory unit. You know? Never used the Tonfa. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Man. My armor is much better than yours. Can you counter-attack both? I mean, hardware-wise, it was, yeah. Like, undisputedly. Like, the Xbox was, like, significantly... Like, by a pretty significant margin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's ever really been, in terms of consoles, I don't think there's ever been, like, a power gap as drastic as like Xbox to PS2 and Xbox. I think the Xbox was like, was it 5 or 6 times more powerful than the PS2, and like 3, 4 times as powerful as the GameCube? Because the GameCube was quite a bit more powerful than the PS2. A lot of people don't know that. Not a lot of people know that. But it was. Like, you look at multi-platform games on the GameCube, like, they look and run better on the GameCube than PS2. And GameCube exclusives, look at the GameCube version of RE4 compared to the PS2 version of RE4. It's fucking night and day. I'd go as far as to say they're completely different games. Because the enemy count's actually lower on PS2. It's like drastic. It's kind of mad. Right? I remember when I first saw because like not hardly any of my friends had a game. Only one person I knew had a game, apart from me. Like everybody else just had a PS2, and funnily enough, like the friend I knew that had a GameCube didn't have RE4. He never played RE4. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I knew 2 people that had a GameCube. Yeah, and then you look at RE4, look at the remake, look at the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube. Like, I'm trying to think. Technically, some of the best looking PS2 games, like Tekken 5, was really impressive, but it's a fighting game, so you know, it's definitely like, I think, not that makes it not count. You know, fighting games do have less to do, you know, than something like a 3D action. God of War was pretty impressive. Like, maybe not like from a strict like polygonal perspective, but like technically, like the scale, what they were able to do on the PS2, like was pretty impressive at the time. Onimusha 2 as well. That's a really good looking game. Onimusha 3 as well. That's like really impressive. But yeah, the power gap on like the PS2 to the others is pretty noticeable. Right, what time is it? We might be able to get 1 or 2. Is this, do you have to kill this guy? I think you do. Hold my wind blades. Don't be a wise guy. I love that kick, and it's so good. There's some really cool Xbox mod stuff out there too as well. And that's I've not really seen like PS2 mod stuff, but like the Xbox is very big in the modding community. Funny enough, Wable actually, OGNG player. Wable was like really big into like modding, like and had a modded Xbox and that. On the clock here. I kind of forgot about that on the first guys. Let's go. I'm really liking the earphones over headphones, I gotta say. To play, I don't know. You know what would be a really good game to test this with? Blackout. Hang on a minute, that Modern Warfare Battle Royale is like totally free, isn't it? Then again, isn't it like 900 gigs or something fucking stupid? Yes, I'm exaggerating, you know what I mean. Like, I remember seeing that an update for that was like 80 gigs. So I might just reinstall Black Ops 4 instead. Although that said, I got to imagine the only people left playing Black Ops 4 are probably really fucking good. So, I probably wouldn't do too well after the best part of, God, at this point, like a year not playing it. Here's an idea. Wouldn't it be cool? Imagine, like, I was just thinking how you could do Battle Royale with NGB, or NG. Imagine if, there was, like, a survival Battle Royale for NG2, and, like, you got 100 players, and it popped up, like, when someone died. Like, everyone is, like, you know, it just tracks who was playing. And when someone died in survival, like, it showed when they died, and, like, you spectate. Like, you go and spectate the next player, so, like, the last guy left has got, like, everyone watching him. That'd be pretty good. It never, ever happened, but that would be pretty good. Oh, see that one. Oh, they do. Wait, oh, do you know I can die? Oh. I did not know that. Cool. Well, that makes it nice and quick, doesn't it? Alright, lads. Sorry about all you computers. That OT is so over the top with the scythe. Like, they have no arm, and he cuts their other arm off, one of their legs off, and then cuts them in half. Like, read. Is there something you want to tell us? Are you dealing with some issues? It's like, Ryu, come on, man. What's bothering you? Tell me. Let's talk about this. Right, we're almost there, actually. So how long we got left? Okay, I might do one of these and then jump on survival. I could get like a survival run with the time I have left. You know, thinking, yeah, like Black Ops, notwithstanding. Since Halo, yeah, since I stopped playing Halo, like that's been it, really. I haven't really played any multiplayer. I really want to get back into, I really want to start playing fighters again, but I don't know, man. I feel like there's something that, especially now with the way my mind works, like, I don't know if I could just play a fighting game casually, you know. I'd want to look at frame data, you know, I'd want to look at all the tech and shit. That's just a slippery slope. You know, once you start looking at that stuff, like, that's it. Right. So I really wanted to learn KI. Like, that's the one game that I was thinking about playing. So I was thinking about Tekken 7, but like, I already know like the basics of Tekken, whereas KI, like, I know next to nothing. But that said, the only people left playing KI are probably going to be pretty good. So that learning experience, pretty painful. Alright, so this is 20 TAC ninjas, 10 rocket launcher guys, and 10 mechs. So if this scales, I imagine it's going to be like 30 TAC ninjas, 15 rocket launcher guys, and 15 mechs. Let's take out the rocket launcher guys first. It really annoys me that you can hear the alarm. Like, it's very irritating. Oh, the hit stuff on the machine is insane. Like, even with cancelling it, like, it's kind of nuts. be interesting to check in on Halo 5, actually. Because I haven't played it, so... Look at that stun, like that. Literally just cannot move. Wow, you really left that, didn't you? Alright. Okay, if there's 15, this is the last 2 rocket guys. Is it safe to assume that then? If it's 15, there's not going to be, there can't be like an odd number of them, otherwise it won't add up. Let's kill the ninjas. Oh, the easiest to get. I just thought, mechs are immune to Windmill Shuriken UTs, so of course that's who Ryu would target it at. Yeah, you know. Great. That's real smart. Oh man. I really can't pinpoint whether or not it's just the increased enemy count or Rio's auto-targeting is just worse. I think it's, honestly, I think it's a bit of both. So if there's 30 ninjas, I'll be at 90,000 on the kill bonus when I've killed them all, provided my kill bonus doesn't crap out. Which I absolutely I think, what weapon has the best OTs? I think the talons are up there. I do like the talons. Especially this one. That's so cool. That just looks so brutal, you know. The way he just kicks them, like, you know, it's like, come here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I don't need to kill you. Bye-bye. I can get one. I can probably, you know what? I might be able to get the next 2 done, you know. So that was 30 attack ninjas, 15 rocket launcher guys, and 15 mechs. It's good being able to like work them out that way. Yeah, let's jump in. Can you call a game with brutal difficulty? No, not really. I mean, Gears 4 was tears of disappointment, I guess, because they just completely abandoned like making a good higher difficulty. It was just like, hey, I got an idea. Every enemy takes 800 bullets. You die by a stiff breeze. That was like the pitch for Gears 4's insane difficulty. Wicked. Does anybody know when Crisis is out? The Crisis remaster. I'm interested to see how that turns out. Even though I have the PC. I remember that was one of the first games I ordered. When I got my first gaming PC, like, I looked up... Anybody remember the site, Can You Run It? I remember it wasn't the most reliable, but it was just a site where, like, you could... it would read, like, your hardware and tell you if you could run a game and on what settings. And I remember... I looked at that when I got my first gaming PC, and it said, yeah, Crisis, no problem. Like, you'll be able to run it at max settings. And to be fair, it was right, I couldn't. But then I looked at it again for Devil May Cry 4, and there was some weird thing where, like, officially... Oh, I can't remember what it was, but it was, like, officially DMC4 needed, like, some... It might have been, like, a 32-bit system, I can't remember exactly. I remember looking at it DMC4, and it actually said I wouldn't be able to run it. And I remember thinking, wait, I can run Crisis, but I can't run Devil May Cry 4. Are you fucking kidding me? Granted, it was wrong, and I could run DMC4. Oh, really? Oh, man. I mean, I commend his patience for doing that. I mean, do they do anything on that high difficulty, or is it just... I mean, Insane is pretty fucking nuts on Gears 4. Like you are literally dead in, like, 3 bullets. Like, if you... When I was playing that, like, if you got hit a single time, like, you had to get back in cover. Right? And also, that's just... I think that's just the worst way to do difficulty. I'm not going to watch that later, to be honest. Like, no offense to the run, but, like, I have zero interest in watching that. I'm just curious, like, what would they do? Like, you can't really make the damage any crazier. Well, I mean, you could, but, like, I don't know if that'd be the way to do it. But it seems like that kind of difficulty structure is just gone in so many games. Like, the harder difficulty is just damage sliders and that's it. And it's such a shame. Because, like, when a game alters things, it's like Resident Evil 4 is a good example. Maybe one of the best examples, actually, I don't know. Resident Evil 4 alters, like, enemy AI, enemy behavior, enemy patterns. Granted, they do more damage. Like, enemies definitely do more damage. But it alters, like, ammo pickups, it alters money, like, you get more money on progression, you get more enemies, so, in a weird way, professional is easier the better you are, because, like, you are rewarded more for playing on professional. That's the way it should be, in my book. Just so few games do it. NGB, another good example. You get different, like, oh, look at the high difficulties. You get enemies that give you more money if you kill them with UTs. Killing them with UTs is more difficult on the high difficulties because you have to understand their attack patterns more. It's weird. Like, you just don't really get that nowadays. I'm gonna try something on him. This does a lot of damage. Alright, let's get rid of your health. Yeah, it was definitely a good part. I mean, Resident Evil 4 is an action game, really. Like, but a damn good one. I really am curious what they're going to do with the remake, though. I feel like, in a way, the most obvious thing for them to do is do, like, the original pitch. Oh, look at that damage. I gotta try this. That was just the first. That was just the first hit. I don't think he'll let you get the full... But that first hit alone is like... You know what? I'm definitely gonna dig into that more. Maybe that is the maybe that's the best way to fight Genshin with the Tonfa. Just do the first hit of counter Y, like find out what you can counter attack consistently, and just counter attack. That damage was insane. I really am excited. I wasn't like too hot on RE7, but then to be fair, I played it, and RE7's pretty good. But yeah, like Resident Evil 8, that tickled my whistle. That did. I really want to look at that. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense because they released Crysis on 360, didn't they? If I remember right. They did like a... What was it like? Was it Crysis Remaster? I can't remember what it was called. I don't think it was a remaster, but I know Crysis came out on 360 and PS3. Thinking about it then, if they're re-releasing Crysis, if they're doing like a full-on remaster, but they're rejigging it for like new hardware, I don't know. Like surely like it's gonna look redonkulous now. I don't know really. Is there ever a game that's become a meme for like, can you run it? Like Crysis was? It was like, yeah, but can it run Crysis? That was everywhere for a while, you know? Shit, I know you have to kill these. Yeah, you know though, Farnham has a couple of videos up for counter-attacking Genshin. They're well worth checking out. But I really want to test that Tonfa one because that damage was ridiculous. So if you can find something like, you know, consistent. Keyword is consistent. If you can find something consistent that you can counter, you know, every single time, then maybe that's the way forward for everybody. Thank you. Oh, did it not come out on PC? Shit. Well, that serves you fucking right, don't it? How dare you catch me off guard? Xbox is promising older. Man, you know what though? Like, as good as... Okay, here's the thing. As good as the PS5 demo was, fucking... The fact that they opened it with a fucking remaster, it's like, ugh, dude. Like, fucking come on. Like, come on! It's like, what are you doing? Like, that was bad. I don't know if VHS, if you're lurking, VHS called that as well. He was like, man, GTA 5 remaster. I was like, oh, dude, no. Oh, that sucked. Okay, Ryu, I'll let you off there. I didn't know he was dead. I thought he was just like trying to OT someone that was alive. Not dealing. Oh, I love rotate. You bitch. Come here. Counter wide, bitch. Ah, VHS is here. A wild VHS appears. What's up, man? Counter Y. I really want to get that on. You know what? Man, I hate to do it, but for science, I would do it. I actually have no idea how you do the invincibility glitch, but just to see how much damage that full Y count does on Genshin, I want to see it. I just want to see, because the first hit alone, the first 2 hits, does like almost as much as rotate Y. So, like, that damage is pretty chunky, you know? Fucking emote, man. Fucking emote. It's actually kind of brilliant. I have to say, like, it's actually kind of amazing. Like, of course you would have an emote like that. Like, why not? Like, why wouldn't you have that? You bitches. Alright. Fucking cheeky. Get cheeky people get their leg cut off. No, wrong weapon. Oh, I fucked up with that. What was I saying? Yeah, the power of, like, the systems is going to be pretty... I don't know, man. I think it really... Here's the thing, not to get all, like, you know, PC is the best on you guys for a minute, even though, you know, it kind of is. But I feel like once you... If you ever go PC, like, 100%, because for, like, the tail, like, the last, I don't know, like, well, vast majority, actually, of the 360 years, apart from exclusives, I played pretty much everything on PC. And that really changes, like, your perception of, like, consoles' power, you know? It's funny, like, they're making a big deal about consoles having SSDs, and granted, like, that's awesome, don't get me wrong, I'm happy about that. But I've had an SSD as, like, my primary gaming hard drive for 9 years? Yeah. Yeah, 9 years. Like, 2009. No, sorry, 2000, I can't count. 2011 is when I got my first SSD. And, no, not 2011, sorry, 2012. So 8 years. So 8 years, like, you know, I've been used to those speeds. So the fact that they have an SSD now, for anyone who's never had a PC, is going to be like, yeah, finally, an SSD. Whereas for everyone who's got a PC, or had a PC, like, you're just thinking, yeah, about fucking time. Like, in my book, the Pro and X should have had SSDs in them. I don't actually know what the X has got in it, to be fair. I know it's not an SSD, though. Hang on a minute. I'm curious now. Has the Xbox One X got a fucking 5400 RPM drive in it? Surely not. Surely it's actually... Is it a hybrid drive? Xbox One X... Hard drive specs. Hybrid drive makes sense. Oh man, no, it is a 5400 RPM drive according to this. Someone's done a teardown, and it's it's just a 5400 RPM drive. Wow. Bruh. For like what, a 500 quid console, or whatever it was? There you go. That's pretty shit. And it's the same with, and also like it's not just the load times. It's like it's just the performance of the system. One of the biggest turnoffs on next gen so far has been that the Xbox X is keeping the like the interface of the Xbox One, and it's just so sluggish. Like it's genuinely like a pain in the arse to use the Xbox One. You know, and that shouldn't be the case. You know, like it shouldn't be that way, but it is. I love it. There's no greater sound, I don't think, in this game than when Rotate Y with the Tonfa hits multiple hits. It's like, just, oh, it's so good. The stagger animation is pretty funny too. You know, yeah, I don't know why it surprises me, but I was playing The Last of Us 2 earlier before I started streaming. And the difference between going from like The Last of Us 2's camera movement to this is like I've got this turned up to max on horizontal camera. So you come from The Last of Us 2, which is like really slow paced and methodical, and you come to NG2 and it's like, oh my god, it's just like ridiculously fast. I don't need anything in there. Okay, so we've got Troll Boss coming up. Where's the Test of Valor in this? Yeah, it's Troll Boss. Yeah, Troll Boss, Sewers, and then it's the Test of Valor. Wicked. tried rotate Y. I meant to grab that clip of where he picks up the fucking mech and throws it at you. That's nowhere near as good as I thought it was. Oh, and he just fucking drowned. Come here. Come here, Doomsday. You fucker. Nah, no you don't. Oh, imagine how much different this game would be if you still had like NGB charge times on your It's funny how they have like no skeleton, like they're just a sack of flesh. Okay, underground bit, and then it's the test of valor. Oh, you bitch! I wish that counter was a string, honestly. It just looks so cool, like when he jabs them. With the top, like, it just looks so badass. Maybe they're not maybe. I guess you ninjas can't swim. Go away. No, Ryu. Oh man, like I swear, like it feels like they just sometimes. You alright down there, buddy? Can you rev that any louder? It's not an invitation to try. I really don't see the benefit in them doing that, though. Like, is that confirmed? Because I really... Surely, like, I don't know how much more powerful the Series X is than a 1X, but... Because the X is like a pretty significant step up from the Xbox One, isn't it? So, how big is the gap going to be between the Xbox One X and if they do make one, whatever the Series X Lite is, for lack of a better word? That seems like a really strange. That seems like a really strange decision for them to do that. The easiest way to take it is Flying Swallow, isn't it? Yeah. The digital PS5 is supposedly going to be cheaper, which makes sense. I've got to admit, that makes it pretty tempting to get as well. But I'm not getting it. I want the discs. I like my discs. I don't care. I know there's going to be, like, Horizon 2. I want a physical version. I don't want to risk them, like... I don't want to risk not being able to play that someday. You know? That reminds me, actually. I can't remember who mentioned it yesterday. But someone mentioned at the end of the stream that Swarm was delisted on 360. Is that true? Because if so, that's a fucking crime, that is. Like, if you actually can't get that game anymore, that is insane to me. These guys are worth two grand apiece. Shit, motherfucker. I'm guessing there's 30 of each, because it's an evil Swarm pattern, but I don't actually know. Oops. That should have hit me. I actually want to go back and check the tape on that one. I literally just jumped right through a rocket. Like, that wasn't a wind run, that was just a regular jump. 07, there we go. Maybe. You know, though. Oh, okay. Okay, can anybody remember what I was on? I can check the tape. I want to say I was on 10. I fucking hate that happened. Just that there are little things in this game that drive me to the fucking wall. And the fact that your kills just bottom out for no reason. Like, it's just one of those little examples of, like, you know, the polish it just ain't there, you know? It's not there. Where's the, what were you even attacking? Because I can't imagine Sony are going to do that, are they? Really interested to see how the next gen plays out, because I don't know. I feel like it's right now kind of a fool's bet, I guess, to not bet on Sony. Because, like, they have such a huge advantage on the install base, you know? On the one hand, I just don't think Microsoft can pull it back. I think it was on, I think it was yesterday's stream, actually. If only a third of PS4 owners buy a PS5, they would still have, like, if only a third of PS4 owners buy a PS5, and yet every single Xbox One owner buys an Xbox X, there will still, like, PS5 will still be winning on system sales. Like, that's insane. You know? So how do they, because realistically, like, was I at 28,000? Wow, it only takes 2. Okay, I was at 32,000, wasn't I? So it won't take long to do these. What am I doing? Luna. That said, though, I feel like the ace up the sleeve of Microsoft, in my book, is Game Pass. I just went through Game Pass today on what I already had installed via Game Pass that I could still play, and I've got like 8 games on it that I really should probably get around to playing. You know? But that said, if that starts gaining them traction, let's be real, it's not exactly hard for PlayStation, for Sony to be like, hey man, you need a Game Pass. Sort that out. And Sony could kind of sweeten it a little bit with some exclusives as well, because I'd like to be, let's be real, like, Sony have the exclusives, not Microsoft. Did that just fucking crap out again? I'm gonna have to do this now, otherwise I'm not gonna get a separate archive. Yeah, it is. This is Path of the Warrior. It's Path of the Acolyte, Warrior, Mentor, Path of the Master. Look at all these Nimbo drops. That said, though, unlike the Xbox 360 to Xbox One generation, I'm actually interested in this one. It's funny, when the last time new consoles came out, I remember feeling like really, in a way, confused by it. You know, I remember thinking, and on probably the tail end of the Mighty Electronic Box, we probably talk about it on that. It was so weird to be on the cusp of a new release of consoles and to just truly, like, not give a single shit about it, you know? I was like, man, like, the new Xbox and PlayStation are coming out, and I think, yep, and I could not give a toss, like, about either of them. So that was Test of Valor 6. Yep. And that was a Jewel of the Demon Seal. Yep. So I'm pretty sure that's 30 of each. What time we got? 15 minutes. Nah, I won't be able to get to the next one in 15 minutes. Might be able to knock out one mission, though. Or I could play some Geometry Wars. That's not good. Man, that control is real tempting, though. Okay, what we got? God, it's funny. I just look at the missions and I just think, ugh, yeah. Doesn't that end with the dragon? I think it does. We'll find out. Well, apparently there's people are already saying that Shroud and Ninja are going back to Twitch. I don't know if that's substantiated. Probably not. I mean, realistically though, like if they want to go back to streaming and they don't want to make their own platform, why wouldn't they? You know? Right. Dude, these load times. Apparently if you go on... You know, that's another thing that still doesn't work on this Xbox. I lost count of how many times I've gone into the settings and said, like, this is my Xbox, I only have one, and yet I still can't play anything offline. So that's awesome. Don't know what's going on with that. You know, it's weird, especially if the new Xbox is backwards compatible. I genuinely think the Xbox One might be the... Like, once I put this away, I don't think I'll ever get it out again. PS4, maybe for PS4, like, exclusives that they won't, you know, put out again on PS5, and of course, if it's not backwards compatible, but... there is nothing that would get me to bring out the X again. Okay, so you just got 2 Resetsus. That is insane. That is insane how fast that goes. Is this just... Surely this isn't it. We'll get this just for the spin. No windmill shuriken? Well, that sucks. That's bullshit. You're getting on my nerves. Okay, I really don't remember this mission. Do you get does it end with the dragon? Maybe? Have you played Prince of Persia or Splinter Cell? Yes, I've played... The only Prince of Persia I haven't played is the Two Thrones. I've played every other one, and I'd recommend any Prince of Persia game. Same with Splinter Cell. What is on sale? Right, so what we got next then? Ah. Okay, remember that for next time. I don't remember that being so good at delimbing. Oh, almost all of them. Oh man, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd play them all, man. Honestly, like, Sands of Time is like, man, that's been on my like revisit list for a good long while. Why do I feel like they can get out of the arena on this mission? Sands of Time for 240. Damn. Okay. Note to self. I'm gonna check the marketplace after this. If you can get the Sands of Time for £2.50. Ah. I thought so. Oh yeah, and then you can just use your Spirit of the Devil. Free Nimpo. That hit him, didn't it? Hit the other one. Come on, you. There we go. Man, I'm gonna have to look at that. Is Prince of Persia Sands of Time, like, backwards compatible? Funny enough, like, this mission's not that bad. In terms of enemies, but, like, it's kind of what just happened? Like, seriously, did I have full health? Oh, okay. Well, we can find out. Seriously, what the hell just happened there? Oh, what's up, Kratos? He was dead, though. Like, I killed the dragon first. That is very strange. Alright, let's just try Prince of Persia. Do I really want to look at fucking Harry Potter? No. Ah, here we are, Prince of Persia. Dude, is that backwards compatible? God, this is... plays like shit. Buy on Xbox? Oh, okay, so no, you can't get it on Xbox One. That sucks. That was really weird. I would check the tape, but I don't want to split it this late. Because I definitely killed the dragon first. Like, I died after the kill thing popped up. So that was very strange. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, Sands of Time was PS2 era, for sure. Sands of Time's fucking phenomenal, though. That's such a good game. Yeah, well, that kind of sucked. Oh, man. You know, if you could just, like, jump straight to Master Ninja, I'd probably do the rest of these missions, but it's the fact that you have to play them 3 times. Like, I've got 7 missions there, so I've actually got 21 missions to play. Like, before I could do any videos, and just, the only mission I would actually play is that one. The rest can just fuck off, because they're just shit. Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah, well, we've got literally 5 minutes, and there's nothing I can really do in 5 minutes. I got a staircase save? No? That sucks. Yeah, like, oh, what's up, Master Ninja Ryu? Too many people with purple names. Getting confused. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird why it would be in there, though. Oh, I've got Dead Space installed now, so I can play some Dead Space at some point. Yeah, I'll have to check on... I'll have to see how big Modern Warfare is. The Modern Warfare Battle Royale. As I said, if an update's 80 gigs, I'm not holding my breath. Because I think I've got 500 gigs left on my PS4. So, I don't really know how big that's going to be. But yeah, I'm going to check the tape on that one. Because that was really, really weird. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time. And toss-up tomorrow. It'll either be Bully... It'll be something on the PS4. I can safely say that. It'll be something on PS4 tomorrow. Or I might just play Dead Space. I don't know. We'll see. You guys know how I am. Never expect any game. And you'll never be disappointed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.